Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to yet another Halo Theory video. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the Flood, and why I am 99.9% sure that they are going to be returning very soon and in full force. So today, I've got three theories for you. One of them is sort of a standalone theory, and the other two sort of link in with each other. So I'm going to start off with a standalone theory. So, theory number one. This is related to any Flood who left the Milky Way galaxy during any of the major infestations that there's been. So back when the Foreigners destroyed them, that infestation, and during the Human Covenant War, that infestation too. So during those two infestations, the Flood could have escaped the Milky Way galaxy. They could have gone to other galaxies where there are other civilizations and infected them. And because the Halo arrays only affect the Milky Way galaxy, they wouldn't reach other galaxies. So when the arrays fired during the Foreigner Flood War back in 97,000 BCE, they wouldn't have reached these other galaxies. So there's potentially other civilizations out there that are more advanced than humanity and the Foreigners that have all been infected by the Flood, which is pretty daunting when you think about it, because there's some pretty technologically advanced races out there that could be infected by the Flood that would be very hard for humanity to combat. Now this could link in with the fact that there is a new domain that Cortana and the Warden are in, so the Flood and precursors obviously in this other galaxy could have begun creating or recreating the domain, and then Cortana and the Warden found out how to access it, and that's how it went so unnoticed and began to be reformed and recreated underneath humanity's nose. And again, this links back to my previous theory about Cortana being corrupted by the Flood and the precursors in the domain. She could be part of this domain now that was created by the precursors in another galaxy, which obviously is corrupted by the precursors / Flood. So that's why she goes against humanity, and she wants to police them and control them so much. So when the Flood come out of this other galaxy into the Milky Way galaxy, humanity, Sangheili, pretty much most of the races can't really stop it because they're controlled by the Guardians, and they haven't really got any freedom at all to fight back with. They're just trapped on their own planets by the Guardians, awaiting extinction. Now, theories 2 and 3 kind of link into each other because they're about the same thing, Installation 07, which may be the Halo ring in the legendary ending in Halo 5. I've discussed that in a video, and you can click on the screen right now to go and watch it, but let's get down to theory number 2. This relates to how Installation 07 is known to have quite a few Flood containment zones with active Flood in them. Now, what would happen if the Flood were to break out, or the Sangheili and UNSC forces defending them happen to, I don't know, be overrun by the Flood, or make a mistake and let some of the Flood out? That is a possible way for the Flood to reinfect the entire ring, and therefore reinfect some Sangheili and UNSC fleets around the ring, and begin spreading across the universe again. Now I know that it's not exactly likely that the Flood would just randomly break out, or somebody tasked with defending and containing a Flood containment zone would make a mistake, because the UNSC and soldiers of Sanghelios would absolutely have their best scientists and soldiers there defending it because of how dangerous the Flood is. But something would probably need to happen in order to cause this mistake, like a third-party factor, because in this situation, a human error is pretty unlikely, given the severity of what's at stake. Now, moving on to theory 3, or I guess you could call it 2.5, I'm going to be talking about how the Flood could break out of these containment facilities, because like I've already said, human error is very unlikely given the skill and status of the scientists and troops working there. Now, as we know, at the end of Halo 5, Cortana recruits most of the AIs across the galaxy to join her created, which, if we follow my theory that Cortana is corrupted by the Logic Plague, and therefore corrupted by the Flood because of the new corrupted domain that she's in, then all AIs working for her would also be, I guess you could say, doing the bidding of the Flood and carrying out the orders of the Flood. Therefore, they could crash ships that were orbiting Installation 07 into Flood containment facilities and break them, or if there's any AI actually in station at a containment facility, they could simply release the hatches, open the doors, and let the Flood out. That simple. Now, that's all for today, but in the future I will definitely return to this topic and discuss more about the Flood. I'm pretty sure in Halo Wars 2 we're going to be seeing the Flood again, so when that game comes out I'll do another talk about the Flood, and I'll probably do quite a few talks before that, because that is like a year away. So if you've enjoyed the video, please be sure to drop a like, comment down below telling me what you think of this theory, or these 3 theories in fact. Tell me what your thoughts are about the return of the Flood, if they'll return, when they'll return, how they'll return. I want to hear it down below. And as always, I'll see you in the next video.